Hi guys, welcome back. It's Lionel Tech Lead and partner at Westport. And first and foremost, I want to apologize. It's not easy actually getting videos done when you're going remote. Okay, I've just learned that, right? In terms of internet connection, but also your mental focus of actually sitting down and getting that. Partly my fault. I've just been having too much stuff, too much fun, not really sitting down there and saying, hey, I need to put some videos out there. So I've got a couple of them and it'll be coming out shortly. But the reason why I'm doing this video is just absolutely crazy, guys, online. I've just been, I haven't been looking at social media and all this for a while, and I want to just say this for a few things in the tech space. Number one, okay, FTX crashing off. I mean, guys, I think this whole idea of the guy with shorts and one shirt of the billionaire kid, it's gone on a little bit too long. There are outliers here and there about it. But when I look at this guy in the Bahamas with what he's doing, there's a lot of talk and not much delivery. And it is sounding like there's a lot of YouTubers just jumping on all these things all over the place. But that doesn't mean we don't be careful about this kind of stuff. Crypto to me, I'm still always on the side. I own a little bit of it. I'm just looking at it from a tech point of view. It's just, you're just asking for it with a guy in the Bahamas. Crazy implosion on the entire market down there. Just, almost taking the whole of crypto down. And then a whole bunch of other people just talking about it. Michael Sayer, there's still about this magical thing. I still cannot use my Bitcoin to buy groceries down here. That's the kind of point that I'm trying to make. That's not what we are all tech YouTubers and influencers that are out there. Especially one other guy who has a very similar name to my channel. And geez, he has just gone off the rails. I don't know what's going on, from disappearing and the dramas and all that kind of stuff. And then, crypto, his own coin, selling that kind of stuff. I just got back and it just felt all crazy on that kind of stuff. So I think, while the channel isn't growing to 100,000 or 1 million very quickly, I think I would like to still take the time to talk about the code and some of the stuff revolving PHP and actually doing software development, rather than some of the more hotter topics that over time I will sprinkle a little bit here and there. Other stuff that's crazy, right, is all the stuff that's happening with the Liver King on YouTube. The kind of sensational things that you guys are looking at for. I know when I started on YouTube, there were exposés and a whole bunch of people just jumping on and talking about all these kind of things. I actually find, the good part about YouTube is the fact that there's a lot of good information out there that you can learn and disseminate through the internet. And this is available from people who are really skilled in their craft or in what they're doing. But there is, of course, that element of the entertainment part of YouTube. And when I'm looking at it, I'm looking at, the Grand Horvath, people with good intention like Graham Stephan or somebody to educate some people. And then it's changed into this kind of very salesy, snake oil kind of thing, which is a little bit sad for what the medium is, but also because of what the algorithm is. And this is like the similar version. Is there any difference between what Mr. Beast is doing, where it's giving out a few, $1,000, and then what happens to those guys? Is there any difference to, the click stuff that's coming up there? Are influences affecting the way you guys think? Should I want you guys to look at it be very, very careful about where you're getting this information is and where you're checking this stuff out from. Okay? I think we need some quality down now in the internet because it's just so crazy. So that's a very key point of what I want to try to say. and also where I think I want to take the channel to. Okay, now the first point of this is not every influencer is out there to get your money. A lot of people are quite honest about it being a business and they try to do the two together. And the other thing is about practitioners and teachers. So I was thinking about this, and yes, I am a software developer. I built this. My main income is not the channel, right? But is there a difference if this was my main income? After all, you guys learn from a lot of people who aren't really practitioners. So if you're learning from a teacher in school, they're not really practitioners. Professors, if you're trying to learn entrepreneurship from a guy who's never started a company, is that the correct method? Is there anything wrong with that? After all, the academia is like that. They go for a lot of courses and tests, and then they teach you the kind of stuff. Whether it's right or wrong, we don't know. So that's one element of that. The other element is, are practitioners the best people to teach? I can tell you for once that people who are very good at doing what they're doing, number one, maybe they have no interest in actually teaching anybody anything, Number two, they might be very selfish. They might be people who don't believe that you should go through the school hard knocks. And the last point is that maybe they're just very poor communicators. Like, I know a lot of software guys who are much, much better than myself, who can't really communicate, don't really want to be in front of the camera. These are points that are kind of like, all these kind of things in there. So it is a interesting area that we're climbing in to 2023, and I got some ideas on 2023, but I just couldn't sit back and then go like, whoa, this is nuts, this is getting out of hand. So I hope that give you guys an update. I haven't disappeared anywhere. It takes a lot of time. I also have a direction on what we want to try to achieve here on the channel. It's still growing. It's still going very well. But more importantly, I love seeing you guys actually take what I've been telling you guys and actually use it. And I think that's the most important thing if, we have this kind of knowledge sharing. I am looking, obviously sometimes it's a bit disappointing when you look at views or you look at comments and it's just not going up the algorithm. You're just not getting, and the monetary part in terms of that, you still want to be scored well. But after all this nonsense that's been happening on the internet and all the stuff, and the whole stat of people who are actually losing their jobs out in, Silicon Valley and the tech space, I'll talk about that much more in detail. I think it's time for us to refocus on what made this channel great, which is coding yourself using PHP to create something out of your own hands, on your computer, and that satisfaction of actually making something and actually solving a problem. And I really want to get back to there, despite what the monetary thing is. I want to look at it and of course continue to figure ways to make the algorithm grow, but we need to keep our eye on what's really important, which is great content about PHP, about software development, and about that. And so, that's the bottom line, because the tech lead said so.